Held in our arms like a little goblin child is episode 113, which I think we should all think about how we like to be held like a little goblin child on our Discord. That should be the next prompt. When you hear this, please write in about your fondest goblin snuggling, memories, thoughts. Just go ahead and let it loose. We're a supportive community, and if that's your bag, go ahead and rate and review us, and tell someone about this. Maybe not about this, but about the podcast. And maybe
you
leave out.
Have to lead with Goblin
part.
Child snuggles.
Yeah, leave this out.
I might have to edit this out. That is fine. That's part of the game. And you know what else is part of the game? Our coffee page, which is a great place to support us if you don't like goblin cuddles. So usually it's one or the other or both. Anyway, I didn't think that one through. Maybe you did. So let's go over to William.
This is so bad.
Wow. Andrew, you're really missing your calling in public speaking.
It's true. They should be having you heading any kind of pitch speeches over at the aquarium or anything now. Mm-hmm. Just like, you know what? Put Andrew on it. He's got this. He'll win him over in seconds.
Most businesses want to succeed, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey,
not
look at
us at the madness
look
table.
At us.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, everybody, real talk. If you visit our coffee page and you donate, you will ensure that there will be more goblin cuddles. So think about that. Think about that.
For $1 a day, you can feed a small goblin child.
Probably not through this party, but you will be doing it in my imagination. All right. So last time, you guys had decided on a very important matter, which was how were you going to make the long or short journey to Gauntlgrim. And you all decided that you were going to head to Gauntlgrim using your newfound timepiece of travel that was given from the Naute to Scylla, which Sifel was able to identify through a memory of searching through the archives that this was once part of a greater orrery for traversing the astral plane. And because of the nature of being part of something bigger, it no longer is 100% perfect and could lead to some mistakes in travel, to which we have occurred, or which one has occurred, and now you find yourselves up to your knees, Vlad up to their chest in this horrid swamp bog water. You are surrounded in these mists. You can hear the insects and buzzing around you. Scylla, you probably feel the best you have in the last 24 hours because beautiful the sun is not down on you. The water probably feels very invigorating. And from the mists has come this very emaciated and bloody goblin child who has a crocodile / alligator bite across their back in their front a little bit. And you noticed that there was these smaller bites as well that you identified as something akin to leech marks. And they told you that a creature or thing or individual known as the River King had attacked. And they begged and pleaded you for help and are now laying unconscious in Artemis's arms as you stand in this swamp. As I said before, it's very difficult to see here, but I will reveal a little bit more of the space around you. There are...
Will, I don't know if you've switched the rest of us. Sorry. I'm still on the Forgotten Realms map.
Thank you for reminding me. Here we go.
Thank you, sir.
If you will look to the bottom left or southwest of the map, you guys will find where you're at. The closest identifiable markers to you all are a couple of trees emerging from this water. There are vines and webs hanging down from the boughs. There are some dead trees here and there, little pockets of land. You can see in certain areas that it seems like the water dips into deeper sections, but where you currently are is about up to your knees. So mechanically, if you're traversing in this water, which is a little bit lighter, I'll reveal a little bit more of the map so you can see a difference. If you'll look to the left here, you see where the water seems to get a little bit darker?
Yep.
That is no longer standing room. Anywhere on the map where it's water and it's dark, you are looking at anywhere between 8 to 20 feet deep at various points. So you will be swimming there. If you are in these more green and colorful shallow waters, it is difficult terrain in terms of traversing. And then you see that there is a little bit of land to the south and to the northeast. Those are regular terrain, no difficulty moving there. However, your visibility is limited.
And what direction had we heard that like monstrous growl from at the end of last session?
The bellowing kind of sound.
Yeah.
Make perception checks.
Oh, yeah.
Perception.
I would like to guide myself.
I'm really good
ahead.
at those guys. Don't worry.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh boy.
16.
16. Nice.
10.
Artemis, what was your grand total there?
My grand total's a 9. So
Nice.
That's something.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, thankfully, your new companion Vasana rolled a natural 15 for a 20 total, and you can all hear this deep, like bone rumbling bellow off to the northeast, which is where Vasana kind of identifies it coming from. She's like, I do believe whatever that very large creature is somewhere to the northeast from here. Not sure if this is the River King that the child spoke of, or something else.
I mean, was that the same direction that the child came from?
You don't know where the child came from because it just kind of appeared from the mists. But I would say in a somewhat northerly direction when you first noticed him.
Okay, first thing for real quick, I'm gonna take my goblin charge here, and I'm gonna move back towards this southern landmass if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to get him out of harm's way. So I'm kind of thinking, is there anywhere in this tree here that I can maybe like find like a safe nook for him to kind of nestle in so that he's not put in any danger?
Make I will say either a nature or perception check to see if you can find a good spot to kind of.
Artemis is going to choose the non-intelligence based skill and guide himself again. That's way better. That's a 23.
Okay. You see towards the base of this tree that there's actually a hollow where there's all sorts of lichen and moss and or is it the Spanish moss that like hangs down?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. You see some of that. There's like a curtain of it kind of in front of this hollow that you managed to spot, and you think that you could stash them there essentially.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna like kind of be talking to him, even if he's not really responding. He's like, "All right, little friend, I'm going to place you here. We have to figure out what this is. And you do not seem in good space to fight here." And he's just gonna like cradle him in. This is while Artemis is kind of tucking him in there. I'm gonna wrap him in my cloak of elven kind to give him a little bit of extra camouflage there.
Sure.
And then I'll rejoin my fellows.
What's your passive perception?
14.
14? You hear him murmuring something as you finish like kind of swaddling him up and putting him in this hollow. You hear him say, don't go in the water. Don't stay in the water. Don't go in the water. And he's just kind of mumbling this over and over to himself.
I'm going to tuck him in there. Friends, less than anything, just little goblin in the tree hollow. We should not leave him there permanently, just, out of the way. Also, he says to stay out of the water, so I'm inclined to agree. I think this is, whatever this River King thing is, we must tread very carefully in its domain.
The best of things are often found in the water, so I find myself disagreeing on this. However, I'm happy to scout ahead. So, Fel, it would seem that the timepiece of travel did not bring us to the city.
Nope, that did not work.
But I will say when I used it, there was something lodged inside that does not seem to be there anymore. So perhaps it was dusty.
That would not surprise me, but, so you think it will work better the next time we try it?
I do not see anything else, but it was a big risk because we do not know where we are.
I mean, we thought it was going to take us 30 days to get to Gauntlegrim. What's a few more tries?
Agreed. If everyone is all right, and I'd like to look at everyone looks like everyone got teleported in one piece, right?
Yeah,
no
splices, nothing like that. Everybody's A-okay. Vlad has since climbed out of the water, just like shaking it off. He's like, oh, it's gross.
Okay, so that answers that. I was going to ask if dragons have a dog-like or a cat-like relationship to water.
Him being an obsidian dragon more attuned to fire, like he can swim.
Sure.
He's not enjoying it. Like many wild cats, they absolutely can. But he's like changing into his dragonoid form and kind of like furling out his wings. They snap, flicking the water off, and he's like, I think I'll stick to the air if that's all right by everyone.
Oh, that reminds me. I have a thing for this that I purchased a while back and haven't gotten to use yet. And Scylla roots around in her bag and pulls out what looks like a stick.
A wonderful stick, Scylla.
Yes, it looks like a good holding stick.
It cost me a lot of money. Everyone, just 1 second.
Oh my god.
I'm going to use the Wand of Underwater Breathing.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So, look.
I thought this was like a portable raft or something.
I actually asked for that and was denied.
Fucking DMs, man.
But you got a fucking wand of underwater breathing,
Yes. So up to 10 willing creatures have the ability to breathe underwater until it ends, which is 24 hours from now.
Sick. Thank you.
So who do you give this to? I'm assuming the usuals.
The usuals, Vlad, and I will also do the goblin child because my concern is we're probably going to have to travel with them and inevitably they will get dropped and end up in the water.
Okay. Do you give any to Vasana or are you just kind of leaving her out?
Yeah, Vasana for sure.
She, as you kind of tap her with the wand, she's like, I do appreciate that. I'm not capable of breathing in the water, but I can swim.
Oh, good. That was going to be my next question. Who cannot swim?
It's not exactly my strong suit.
I like being on land.
Sefel, just Pirates of the Caribbean, just walking under the water, skeleton-like.
Yeah. Vlad, can you swim?
I am fully capable of it, but I don't care for it. I'll keep to the air, as I said, unless I have to swim.
Your sentiments would echo Starcaller's, however. The fact that you can is what I asked, and thus we are good to move forward.
Jesus.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, he's learning.
Together then.
If it would be all right, I'm happy to scout and return back to you momentarily.
How about this? I wish to make an examination, but I'm going to try to go to that northeastern islet there. And if we're going to go much past that, I may come back for our little green friend.
Are you feeling protective?
You see, like Starcloud, like his eyes like go up, like he's like trying to like think about how he feels. Yes.
I'm equally confused.
Anyway, and he just starts walking through the water.
Okay.
I will not be examining this feeling.
Yeah.
All right. So you move to the northeast, close to that little bit of land that you can start to make out through this mist, and you see. Let me get a good read here. Okay, you've got about 30 feet worth of visibility around you guys as you move through here. But you see, as you're traversing to the northeast, that there is this very large, gnarled, dead tree sitting on this semi-large kind of isle in this swamp, and then water continuing to reach out to the northeast.
Excellent. I'm gonna get up onto this islet here, and then once I'm up there, I'm gonna cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
Reaching out for any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet of my current location.
You don't feel any of those. Celestials, fiends, and undead, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't pick up on any of those.
All right, everything is fine, folks.
I will confirm. Scylla's feeling reckless and like she wants to. There's just like she sees all this water and she really just wants to go for a swim.
Sure.
I would like to dive into this dark water to the southeast, circle around the tree the goblin child is in, and come up around the west.
Okay.
And kind of check out what's going on in the water.
Sure. I imagine you're so proficient at swimming that even in these shallower waters where it's only 3 feet deep, that like a hammerhead, I think they're the ones that can come up really shallow. Yeah. You can just skate around like easily. None of this is difficult terrain to you. I'm just going to say that right now. Scylla is totally at home in this environment. So you skate to this to the southeast, moving then to the west and kind of coming around this isle, making a good scope. And you see that as you look to the east, the waters get deeper, kind of going down into the deep murk. And then as you move to the west, you see that it starts to do the same thing as well currently. So you're kind of on almost like a sandbar, like the land kind of comes up in this nice diagonal shape moving to the northeast.
Are there any like creatures in the water?
Plenty of fish. You see lots of newts that probably make you think of Zartan back home, or D'Artagnan. Sorry, is that the name you had? D'Artagnan. Yeah. And you see lots of insectoids, like I forget the semi like cupid form of a dragonfly. Lots of mosquito larvae, frogs, tadpoles, nothing larger than the smaller life. But you see a lot more of these current ones in like the shallows where you're wading through cattails and lily pads and all sorts of vegetation as well.
Okay. When I'm in the water and I see this creature that looks familiar to D'Artagnan, I would like to use my Emissary of the Sea ability, like feature, and attempt to communicate a simple idea with this beast.
Hell yeah.
I love this. Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's a tiny salamander, but I'm all for this. Yes. Okay.
She she like, I imagine she's in the shallow water because I don't think salamanders probably go that deep. And so she's like barely skimming the floor and she's like face up and there's little salamanders like looking down at it.
Yeah.
And she's communicating the idea of a huge crocodile. The idea of fear and terror.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You're conveying this thought with your
Yeah.
bestial communication, and its little dark eyes just comically grow large, and it swims away with that image in its mind as fast as possible from you. You made it very afraid of you with that image.
She's stumped by that.
I don't understand what happened.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you screaming at that newt?
I only showed it the end times.
Yeah.
Just can you imagine though? You're a tiny salamander,
Dagon.
and then from the fucking weeds, Dagon appears in front of you. Just
I made it roll a sanity check.
you did, and it fucking failed.
Yeah. She will.
Its head just explodes. Just
You hate to see it.
Yeah, she'll pop up around the other side after getting a quick look, and and she like walks out of the water. I think she's got this big smile on her face, and she's kind of like stretching. It is quite lovely here.
You come up and you're on the map here. You're currently beside Vasana, who has kind of like gotten to a crouch, and she has a crossbow out. And I imagine it's surprisingly graceful the way you come out of the water. Like there's no explosion. It's just like seamless. You come out, and she's kind of like, "Whoa." She's like, "Did you manage to spot anything?"
There are many different forms of life here. Lots of fish, amphibian. Various insects of the quite a broad variety, diverse biome here. However, none of them wish to speak to me, which I try not to take personally, as I am from the Underdark and we are no longer there.
I don't think you should take it too personally either. Most creatures of a smaller stature do not always possess the intellect to understand our communications. It's happened to me as well a few times.
Perhaps that is what happened. I will try again once we move forward. However, I can confirm that there are no dangers nearby. And perhaps following Starcaller and going toward where we believe the River King is would help us return the child.
I don't see a very large problem with that. Sefel?
No, that sounds fine as long as we are careful. I don't know how large that creature sounded. I'm not familiar with swamp creatures.
I could not tell you how far away it was, but it was something of larger stature for sure.
Can I use my rope to... Well, hold on. Perhaps there is a way that we can carry the child without burdening our hands. Is there a way that we could perhaps attach them to the back of Sefel?
I'll just carry him. I really don't mind.
Yeah, I don't think putting a creature on my back is the best idea.
Yeah, Sefel spends a lot of time like getting knocked down.
I forget that you have bad ankles. Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the new physique did not change the structure of my limbs.
That is a shame.
Indeed. I'm gonna just real quick before you grab the child. I'm gonna scout the rest of this little island here and see how large a spot it is, real quick.
Sure. It's decent sized. It's definitely bigger than the one to the south where you've currently hid the child. While you're there, can you make me another perception check?
I sure can. And I will guide myself.
Okay.
Ooh, 24.
Very nice. you hear what sounds like perhaps a type of communication or discussion happening slightly to the northeast, more easterly now.
I don't have a spell for this. I'm gonna like wave to my companions and like point in the general direction I'm hearing this from, and like tap my ear and then point, and like tap my ear and then point to indicate
You're like,
there's something going on.
Communication happening.
Yeah.
Direction.
Starcaller is trying to tell us something.
I think he has an ear infection.
It does seem that way. He seems rather uncomfortable for the
I
moment.
have heard of this. Perhaps.
I might have a remedy that could help with that, I suppose.
I'm
Perhaps
being
some
an
minor
asshole. I'm
healing.
far too intelligent to think that. No, he heard something.
Oh, very well. Sorry, I
Sorry, I
suppose
was
I'll pick up
attempting.
on your communications.
I was attempting a joke.
It was humorous, Safal.
Thank you, Scylla.
Starcaller's over here like rolling his eyes, like
Carry off. We should go catch up.
Are we grabbing the thing?
The thing, we must have it.
A child. No. Perhaps we should leave the child in the moderately safe location until we have established what Starcaller is honing on to.
Here, I might have something to help with this. And Vasana very quickly runs over to the tree, and like between the cloak of elven kind and already kind of the natural foliage, she uses some druid craft to kind of create a series of flower blossoms that semi-mark the area but kind of complete the enclosure around them so that they're well hidden.
Nice.
Extremely well
Perfect.
hidden. And then she kind of comes back to the group. She's got her crossbow in hand. She's like, I believe we're safe to move forward without them being discovered now.
Safel sort of strides up next to Scylla. Look, I'm not necessarily leaning towards, the cruel side of this, but why do we give a fuck about the goblin kid?
I believe that Starcaller has encountered some sort of protective feeling which is unknown to him in previous, dealings. I would not want to squash such a feeling when he may be,
You think this is a
Changing.
chance for development?
perhaps.
We do love some character development.
I will warn you, I don't have a good track record with goblins. The last ones I ran into underground, I think I fed to giant spiders accidentally.
Oh, that... Do not tell them that.
I won't. But just so that's out there.
Yes, it does not affect my view of you in any way, but perhaps keep it to yourself.
Do you... Vasana's like right there. She's like, do you generally have a tact aversion to the preservation of life?
See, not intentionally, but
not intentionally.
but if you paid attention to me for any length of time, you know what? I think this isn't something we need to worry about. I think we should just carry on.
Well, while they're having that conversation working my way, I want to check. Can I do a quick leech check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good idea.
Make an investigation check.
Like a tick check, but a leech check.
Yeah. I'm gonna guide myself again.
How many of those
plan
do you
on
have?
abusing this
start-
mechanic.
I'm gonna
Cantrip.
Start restricting this shit soon.
I'm just getting started. It's probably a good idea to stop me. Don't worry, it didn't help this time. That's a 7.
You do find one on your ankle, actually. Just a small, regular-sized black leech. Nothing.
I use Dawn's Edge
Is-
to slay it.
Is Starcaller
Jesus.
trying to be quiet? Because guidance does have a verbal component.
So you're just out there screaming, Shazam!
Oh my my god!
Why? That's not what I was thinking, but now it is. Shazam! Oh, I can see farther now. Shazam! Where are the leeches?
I don't think anywhere in the spell components does it say that verbal components need to be at 90 decibels, but
But it's Starcaller. Come on, let's be honest. Or he's just out there
not
yelling
smart.
like, "Guidance! No!"
By the power of 1,000 broken blades, I will see farther.
he's like Wreck-It Ralph. I'm gonna guide it.
Oh my
He
god.
just yells blatantly every spell that he's casting,
Yeah.
just like Eldritch Blast,
Divine Smite. Anyway,
All right, you find a leech, you pick it off, no big deal.
That was a close one.
we eventually ignore the conversation about Siphel's murderous tendencies and catch up to Starcaller.
All right, so you all make it to this aisle, and I need all of you to make me stealth checks for the amount of time it took you to get to this aisle. And Artemis, I'm going to have you do yours with disadvantage because you're in this misty enclosure. So you use Dawn's Edge to cut this leech off.
Yeah, that's fair, dog. It's fair.
Will, are you taking Vlad back over, or do you still want me rolling for him?
Please keep doing Vlad. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I'll do primarily his role play, but mechanically and like if you guys want him to do anything or move him, please go ahead and do that for me.
Sure.
11.
Okay. Which is surprising.
Disadvantage 13.
Okay. Sphel.
Siphel got a 14. Vlad fucking disappeared into the sky with a 25.
Sick.
Nice.
Wow.
Good.
Natural 20.
Vasana rolled a 10 for 15. You, Artemis, have been paying attention to what sounds like this odd, almost like communication of... Actually, you know this language. You speak Draconic, right?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. You identify it as Draconic being spoken a little bit to the northeast. And it's in these, like, gross, kind of slithery, slimy voices. And you hear one of them say, "Where has the child gone? We can have no survivors of the moor." And you hear this other one come up. "I'm not entirely certain, but I think it's headed to the south. I can go forward." And the kind of like more higher pitched ones like, "No, retreat back to the moor. I will retrieve the child and come quickly. I have my guides of the king with me." And then you begin to hear what sounds like receding wet footsteps, but then another set that seems to be coming a little bit closer towards your direction. What do you do?
Hark, one comes. How would you think of you could hide and then I'll draw them out and then we will slay them probably.
Fine by me. I'll skirt around the roots of the tree here. Try to, like, get in this nook.
Yeah. I'll stand in such a way. I want to ready to throw a hatchet.
Okay, in case you spot something.
Mm-hmm.
How
right.
how tall is this tree? Is this just like a trunk, or is there actually a tree attached to this?
No, it's a full size tree.
Okay.
You think it's about 100 feet tall at its highest limb, and it branches out a good 45 by 45 feet at its longest limbs to the side here. So it's pretty good sized.
Okay. I'd like to have Vlad like up in the branches, like hidden.
Sure.
In there.
Go ahead.
I had a better idea. do I think that if I were to get into the water, I could sneak up on them from below? Are they going through the water?
I would say with your swim speed and your natural proclivity to it, you would have advantage on stealth checks to move silently.
Okay, then I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I sink into the water.
Oh, God. Still a freaking Navy SEAL over here.
Fucking predator.
Yeah, seriously, though. Okay, you slip into the water. In what direction are you moving? You moving to the east and then north?
Yeah. I'm going to go around this little aisle.
Okay.
And get kind of in a maybe 10, 15 feet from Starcaller to back him up.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check at advantage.
Oh. 10.
Oof.
Bruh.
At advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and an 8.
Holy
Jesus.
smokes! All right. Oh gosh. Okay. Maybe this is just because no. This is cool. This is the image that actually goes through my head. I don't know about you guys, but being in the area that I am in, one of the local ponds I used to go swimming in, it was so shallow for the first 50 feet out into it. So if you wanted to get under the water as a kid, you had to be basically on your belly, very much how I picture Scylla is in this low water. And you would instead of kicking and breaststroking it, like that, yeah, you put your hands in the sand and crawled your way forward. That's how I picture Scylla is. She's just pushing herself off like Spider-Man and is just launching. So there's these puffs of dirt and silt that come up in the water. And as you start moving around this this initial corner, you feel this vibration in the water. In this. And okay, here we go.
It's a motorboat.
Yeah, you get run over by a motorboat.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear Freebird, and it's just some Floridians going by.
It's Andy! He's back!
It's Andy! Does a 24 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
A large crocodilian maw launches out and grabs onto your side in a bite. Let's go ahead and roll damage here. Oh no, where'd my note go? It is. Nope, that's the wrong die. That's a D20. I need a D10. We're not doing that much damage.
Those are different dice.
Different dice. You take 8 points of piercing damage, and you are now grappled as you feel this large maw clamp around your waist. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained, and I cannot bite another creature. But all of a sudden, you guys see this thrashing beginning to appear in the southern waters as this crocodile now has a hold of Scylla, and we're going to roll for initiative.
Yes.
I don't think she understood the core concept of the plan, but well, she tried.
I trust her completely.
So still. I'm rolling like doo-doo.
Sam, no!
And I'm saving my inspiration. I don't want to...
Sure.
I mean, it always worked really
help?
well for us, though. It's a wonderful resource.
True.
All right, Scylla, what you get?
5.
5. Sefel?
22.
22. What's your dexterity modifier?
It is +3.
Okay, Vasana is going to go first. She has a +5. Starcaller?
A 23.
23, and Vlad.
Brandon, why did Vlad roll?
Sorry,
Roll for
I
fucking
forgot.
Vlad.
I forgot. I just asked that question. He got an 8.
Okay.
Or sorry, 10. Natural 8 +2.
And, all right.
Now, Will, is this a standard size crocodile or is this a River King size crocodile?
This is a standard size crocodile.
Explain.
You don't know what the River King is or could be, so.
You already answered, so we
We know what a standard crocodile is, though.
All right.
What we're talking here? We're talking like 10 feet, 15
Yeah.
feet,
How
20
many
feet.
school buses you think this thing could throw?
Well, I can comfortably say Scylla will be going last in this initiative. Starcaller, you're up. You all of a sudden hear this thrashing starting to come from the southern waters, and you can see kind of like bobbing up and out of the waters is Scylla caught in this crocodile's maw.
Oh, that's less than ideal. Yeah. I am gonna run along the little islet here and get a better position. Actually, I'll step one in. And I'm a little worried about hitting Scylla, so what I'm gonna do is Tarkov's gonna reach back and just flick one of the stars from the Robo Stars up. It like goes straight upwards, and then 7 falling stars like land boom on top of this gator.
Okay.
It is a 5th level magic missile.
Whew.
Woo!
Magic bag out.
Sweet Christ.
19 points of force damage to the gator.
Exactly enough to kill it. So these
Wow.
magic
Damn.
missiles. It's a crocodile. It's a half CR.
I mean,
All of a sudden, you feel the tension in the jaw relax, Scylla. However, you have been slightly pinched and bloodied here, but this crocodile then releases and then begins to sink into the waters. However, all of you begin to hear slightly lesser versions of that same bellowing that you heard before beginning to emit from around this isle. Just like...
Take up defensive positions.
get out of the water, Scylla, get out of the water.
This is where I am best.
Fine.
It didn't really work out that way.
Starcaller rolls his eyes, clacks Dawn's Edge against his heel, ignites her blade, and stands ready.
Okay.
I want to
All
do a
right.
thing, Will.
You want to do a thing,
It's
but
not
it's
your
not your
turn.
turn, Sam.
Oh, well, I thought we were like sort of an initiative. Yeah. Go ahead.
You are an initiative. You're last. You rolled
Okay,
a 5.
I'm ready.
Next up is Vasana, who kind of comes to the edge of the aisle here and is just kind of ready in action and fire a bolt should anything come out of the water here. Sefel, you're up.
Sure. So I'm going to. Did we sort of hear sounds from all directions, or we just
You heard it kind of coming from the water all around you.
Okay. Sefel's gonna step out to this northwest part of the island, just sort of looking out that direction with his staff.
Sure. Let me
drawn.
reveal a little bit more of the area.
And
You
he's
see what look
going-
like the beginnings of branches kind of emerging from higher up in the fog. However,
Yeah.
you don't see anything else.
Okay. And he's going to, if I can, up to 10 minutes. Okay. He's going to knock the head of his staff and sort of separate out these pieces and cast Melf's Minute Meteors.
Okay. All right, so you have these orbs now surrounding you, taking up kind of a defensive position to the north there. All of a sudden, emerging from just outside of the waters comes another crocodile, just grabbing for Vasana immediately, but she was ready, so she's going to take a disadvantaged attack, however, with the crossbow. Wow, I rolled 2 16s, so that's still going to be a hit. And she's going to do... minimum damage. She does 8 points of damage to this crocodile as it comes out. So this large bolt goes right into the upper palate of this crocodile. And then it is going to attempt to bite her. And misses, just misses. Its large maw clamps down, missing her as she dodges just out of the way, kind of rolling to the side. And that is that crocodile's turn. Yeah, I believe, let me double check here. I don't think they have a multi-attack. No. All right, so that is... Actually, that crocodile is then going to turn around and very quickly disappear back into the water. All right. It is now... You hear this, like, this slight hissing as you can just see coming through the mist on the edge to the northeast, this crocodilian-looking humanoid wearing these, like, tattered kind of robes that has this long staff with a series of skulls at the top, and you can hear its kind of nasty voice. So we have newcomers to the moor. I am in need of sacrifices for the king. Die! And let's take a look here at what I could do. I am... Ooh, yes. Okay. 1 second. I believe someone, though, is going to be making a save. Oh. Okay. Double checking my range here. Sorry, guys. Yes. Starcaller. Dawn's Edge begins to feel extremely hot in your hand.
Dare you?
As I cast Heat Metal. So any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage. You take 7 points of fire damage.
Ow, 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 ow.
If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I would love to. 7.
You drop Dawn's Edge onto the ground beside you. Okay. Wow, I didn't think that was going to work. That's kind of fun. Yay. Look at me go.
Look at me go.
So that is, I believe that, yeah. So that is the end of that creature's turn. They begin cackling. Just all right. Next up is, yeah, that'll be good. All of a sudden, in this large eruption of water, spray, and foam, a crocodile appears and goes to bite you, Sefel.
Zoinks.
Zoink, Scoob. Oh, 22.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll do it. Nice. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and you are now grappled and considered, I believe, restrained. Let me double check here. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained, and I cannot bite another target. However, you are restrained, boy.
Oh, no.
And then, not that it matters too much to you because you can now breathe in the water, it drags you out into the water.
Cool.
So you are now submerged, and you can see, like, as your vision is getting adjusted to the murky waters, that it is dragging you deeper and deeper. Roll a nature check for me.
Sure. 16.
You know that crocodiles love to do this thing called a death roll. Or when they get a hold of their victim, they'll drag them down to the depths and just viciously roll them until they eventually either drown or are discombobulated or are too damaged to continue on. Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong on any of that.
No. A+.
And
Joke's on
so
you, I came
believe
damaged.
that this crocodile is going to do that to you. Please make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your spell as you have been damaged.
Right.
That's right. I'm gonna try to remember all the shit tonight.
Okay, so this is so I took 10 damage, so 10 is still the DC.
Yep. You'll probably make it.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, great.
Beef wizard.
Beef wizards. All right, next up is Vlad.
Oh, I also would have had advantage on that anyway, but I'm not. I'm not gonna rub it in. Vlad is going to. So he saw Sefel get dragged in. How deep did Sefel get dragged? Like, is the crocodile still visible under the surface of the water, or is he deep?
Vlad's gonna need to do a perception check.
Okay. So he's gonna soar down from the bows, sort of like coasting over, sort of trying to get a look here.
Okay, so how many feet did he move to do that?
So he has 60 feet of flying, but I will. So he was.
So you've moved 25 feet out.
Okay. So perception check. 21.
He can see a dark shadow about, he thinks, 10 feet down into the waters.
10 feet down into the waters. Okay.
And we didn't establish the height
No, we did not.
the bow that he was in. I'm going to say he was 25 feet up.
Okay.
So you can, with your
So-
35 feet left, just reach the crocodile if you want to.
So what Vlad is going to do, and with that check, is he moderately confident, like, that is the crocodile and not Sefel? Like, it's a big shadow.
It's a big shadow. He cannot fully discern
Sure.
which is you, which is him. It's murky waters. Like, these are nice looking kind of greenish waters, but everything is more of like this brown, dark kind of liquid.
You know what? He's newer to combat. He's not a strategist necessarily. He's just going to get down. He's going to fly down 10 feet. So he's still 15 above the water. And he's going to shoot a plasma breath at that dark splotch.
Whipping out the big guns just to save one man. How interesting.
Well, he's certainly not going in the water.
It's his
Sure,
stepdad.
sure.
He has to try.
So the crocodile has to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, let me get my dex save up. Hey, would you look at that? Nat 20 for a 20.
Okay, well, he's still going to take half.
I'm going to say reduce it by 1 die as this breath is going through the water. Just a little bit.
It's radiant, but that's fine. Okay. So that is 13, 20, 24. So it would be 12.
12 points of damage? Hey,
12
to a
points.
crocodile, that ain't no joke. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Good. All right. Yeah, that crocodile is pretty well damaged. The water is now boiling and hissing from where it crashes back together from the plasma now receded. Is that the end of his turn?
Yeah, he's basically just going to keep tailing that shadow. He wants to keep eyes on it in case anything else happens.
All right. Next up. Also bursting forth from the waters, 5, 10, 15, moving 20 feet, just to keep myself honest, is a crocodile coming forth, charging at you, Artemis. That is a 17 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, so this crocodile snaps down on you. You nimbly jump out of the way. However, its form is like very close to Dawn's edge as well as you. All right, that is that one's turn. Scylla, you're back down in the water. I'm sure there is blood and silt everywhere, but you see coming out of the darkness another set of teeth as another crocodile comes in to bite you. Sorry, I'm just checking. That's a 9, so that is definitely a miss. You manage to like push yourself back in the water as its jaws miss you. However, it's right up in your grill, and it is now your turn, Scylla.
Yeah, so when Scylla got grappled by the first one, I think it was this kind of like, had anyone been watching her under the water, it was this kind of maniacal moment of like, she respects aquatic beasts so much that she was like excited to be in combat with one, because it was like the idea of being in the Colosseum, like warrior to warrior, like, yeah, show me what you got.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah. And then when it suddenly dies, I think she like even takes a moment to like rest her hand on it and like, you fought well, before like shoving away another crocodile in her face. She will attack with her trident. Okay. 19.
That is a hit.
Okay. 8 piercing.
8 piercing. Yeah, you puncture through its bottom jaw, its lower jaw, and making a large wound in it, but it is not down.
I should have I'm going to Hunter's Mark this one now.
Okay, using
so it's a bonus action. Let's see, which is as a D6. 13 more points of piercing.
Describe your kill.
Yeah, I think it's a quick stab under and then flipping it and then doing a quick jab into its belly once it's rolled around.
Nice.
And then she shoves it away from her.
So you probably, because it's only 3 feet of water here, you probably have like rolled over with it with the trident in its belly as you like come up. So it's just blood and water from you. All right, this crocodile's down. You've got some movement left in your turn. What do you want to do here?
I'm going to flank the third crocodile that's with Starcaller.
Okay.
And my turn.
Do you have, is it free to move your Hunter's Mark, or do you need to use another bonus action to move it?
I've used another bonus action.
Okay. So you skip off this crocodile's back. Do you just dive back into the water, or are you staying standing as you're running through?
She's as much in water as she can be. So she probably like stood to go over the water and then kind of like slunk back in.
It's got to be like watching, is it mako sharks or like great whites as they're like seal hunting, like jumping out of the water, but just faster, just in and out, in and out. Scylla is just rip-roaring through this. Amazing. All right, Starcaller, you're up. Dawn's Edge is on the ground, burning hot, crocodile right in front of you. What do you do?
I'm going to look past the crocodile, see Scylla, give her a slow nod, look past her towards the... What kind of creature is it with like the magic out on the other island there?
It looks like a crocodile, but far more humanoid-like. It has these long human-like hands and legs, but it's got these weird patchwork robes, and it's carrying a staff with skulls at the top.
Get over here. And I'm going to hit him with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Ooh,
I didn't know Scorpion was in the game.
Scorpion is into the chat.
Yeah.
First one is a tidy math. We talked about this. Math. Sorry, that's a 17 to hit.
That's absolutely a hit.
That's 6 points of damage. And I would like grasp of $1. He moves 15 feet towards me.
Ooh. Damn, I forgot it was that much. Okay. So you hit it, and all of a sudden this force sweeps around it, pulls it forward as you move it 15 feet closer.
And then I'm going to hit him again.
Okay.
Is he concentrating on heat metal?
Is
that concentration spell? I do not know.
Yes. So let's see here. So 10 does pass. So heat metal is still on.
All right, we're coming again. This time I remember what my maths are. That's an 18 to hit.
That's absolutely a hit.
And that is 12 points of force damage.
Ooh. Okay. Gotcha. All right, it's looking rough. Do you pull them once again, or are they close enough now?
Unfortunately, I can only do it once per turn.
Okay. So, Scylla, in the waters behind you, you hear this splashing as you see this robed crocodilian man come, like, ripping towards you. And I imagine with, like, the way you look in combat, kind of murderous Leviathan, like, it's just slightly taken aback. And it's like, oh, shit, got too close.
Sharks
all
always
right.
go for the movement in the water.
Let's chum in the water, boys. Next up is Vasana, who is going to drop their crossbow and immediately run over to the crocodile in between Artemis, Scylla, and herself, and is going to take 2 swings, one with her jawbone club. That is a natural 19, so that is a hit. And get all my d4s. Is going to do, ooh, nice, max damage with that. It does 12 points of damage with the first hit. So it comes down right on top of the skull. You hear this sickening crack, and then she's going to whip around with the bone scimitar. Natural 16, another hit, and is going to do 7 more points of damage. So she crushes down and then follows it up with the scimitar. What did I say? That was 7? 7 points of damage? Yes. Killing the crocodile in between you all.
Nice.
Next up is Sefel. You are grappled and restrained by this crocodile. You are down 10 feet in the waters, silt and water blowing by your face, making it difficult to see. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to try to...
You going to try to get out of this?
No, I'm going to launch 2 of my meteors at it.
I love how magic just works fine underwater.
Yeah, so it needs to make 2 dexterity saving throws. Por favor.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. First one is a natural 18.
Okay, so that does
for an
save.
18. Is that a pass?
That saves.
Oh, okay. I just didn't... it sounded like you had more to say. And then a 17.
That exactly saves. So
Okay.
half damage.
Oh, damn it. I forgot. This is one of those. Not all my precious crocs.
Okay, so the first one, and
Croaks.
you could probably say the damage is diminished anyway, because this is fire. So the first attack is 9.
Okay.
Well, it would be 9, so it would be 5 halved.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7 reduced to 4.
Okay. All right. It is, you can feel its jaws weakening, but it still has a hold on you.
Gross.
All right. Is that the entirety of your turn?
Launching that was my bonus action. Can I attempt to break free from this?
Yes. Go ahead and
Okay.
make a strength check.
Oh god, I'm so good at those.
I
Yeah.
know you are, you skeletal boy.
Strength save or strength check?
Strength check.
Okay, it makes literally 0 difference. 8.
What was that?
8.
You do not succeed to escape from this crocodile's maw.
No kidding.
Weird. All right, so that was your action to attempt that. All right.
So that's my whole. That's my deal.
Next up in the initiative order, coming back out from the waters, is that crocodile that tried to make a snap on. I think it was Artemis the first time, or it was Vasana, and is going to try and make another snap at her. Natural 7, and the plus doesn't get up to the 17 AC. But this crocodile's smart, so it then disappears back into the water again. Kind of hit and running here. Okay. That is their turn. Next up is the crocodilian shaman. Let's see here.
Do they look like they can breathe?
That's
Asking
like
for a
they
friend.
can breathe?
Yeah, like are they worried about being in the water?
You don't think that they're disturbed about that at all.
Okay.
They are. Let's see here. They see, as they have been pulled forward, that most of its pets have been diminished here, and realizes it's in a good bit of danger. So he drops concentration. You can see Dawn's Edge begin to simmer down into kind of its cooler, dark metal form. But they are, however, going to cast Fog Cloud. So I'm going to make another token here, giving that radius for us all. That is you create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners, blah, 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 blah. Lasts until the moderate wind or greater speed, or as long, or up to an hour. So, let's see here. 20-foot radius. I know this is such good radio, everybody. You just have to hear me listen to this. So, Artemis, Scylla, Vasana, you are all caught up in this fog cloud as the shaman disappears from view. All right, that is their turn as you hear its hisses kind of recede into the darkness. Next up is the crocodile that has its jaws around Cephel. It is going to drag you another 15 feet down using all of its movement. So you are now deep into the waters. So you are 25 feet deep. I'm going to go ahead and reveal a little more area for us here. You're 25 feet down, and it is now beginning to roll as it holds onto you.
Cool.
Not ideal.
I like when they do that. Andrew, don't tell me what happens. I want to be surprised.
All right.
Should we be able to see the fog cloud radius?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Give me one second here.
Okay.
Cephel, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you are beaten around in a circle at the bottom of this kind of river-esque bed.
Cool.
Okay. You guys see the aura?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That you should have been able to see it. And that is its turn. It is now Vlad's turn.
Okay. So, he does not get his breath weapon back. He is going to... If he were to... So if he flies right now, it'd be 20 feet to get directly over the crocodile.
You need to make a perception check to see if you can actually identify where it is that
got
deep.
you. Okay. Fair enough.
I will play by some rules of reality, damn it!
No. An 11. So he has lost sight.
Lost sight of Sephel and the crocodile.
Okay. All right.
Take that, stupid dragon!
He is
Take you out of this world!
You made this NPC, my God.
I'll fucking end him too.
Jesus Christ.
Out my blood.
That's a guarantee.
That's
Get out of my swamp!
So he is just sort of, I guess, like, just flying around the area, sort of like trying to see, like trying to get visual back. So he's just sort of like making like circles, sort of like search helicopters.
Sure. All right. That crocodile is dead. Scylla, you are now up. You're in this fog cloud. What do you want to do?
Now, I don't know about physics or nothing, but if I'm in the water, my vision's probably the same. Can I see their little ankles?
See their little ankles? Can I see them?
Yeah.
Show me them fight. You dive down into the water, and your vision, we'll consider this dark vision here for you, essentially, is 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You can see out into the glooms here that there are 2 crocodiles to the north of you. Sorry, Roll20 is like not allowing me to. Oh, there we go. Okay. You see 2 crocodiles in the water to the north. However, you do not see that shaman-like figure.
Oh, well then. I'm going to bonus action. Scylla, not seeing the individual she was looking for, is going to swim straight forward the first crocodile, the one to her right. And I will Hunter's Mark it and take an attack.
Okay.
That is a 8 plus 6 is 14.
That's a miss.
Ah!
You go to strike this crocodile, and you notice something about it seems slightly more intelligent as to have noticed your attack coming.
I will take my second attack.
Okay.
That one is a 25.
That is a hit.
Oh, wait. 13 points of piercing.
Okay. Yeah. It is hurt. And you can hear it just deep in this water. It sounds echoing.
I used 1, 2, I used 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move 5 more feet to the east, not leaving its space. And my turn there.
Okay, kind of circling it in the shallow water. Love it. All right, we are back up at the top of the order with Starcaller.
All right, I think Starcaller is gonna just kind of go for broke a little bit here. I mean, he can't see Scylla, he can't see the Gators, he can't see Sephel. So he is just going to go ahead and dash forward, like move and then dash through the difficult terrain just to reach the other little island that he would have like glimpsed before.
You can do that even though that water is difficult terrain for you?
If I dash.
If you dash, sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay.
You're good.
Yep. All right, so you dash to the other side. Let's reveal a little bit more for you. You see, actually, like you hear what sounds like the splashing of water, quiet though it may be, and you see I keep clicking the wrong thing. You see another different but crocodilian lizard-like humanoid running off to the northeast. It keeps like looking back at you, but it seems to be running away.
I'm gonna call out in Draconic. Where is the River King?
It's like this horrible hissing laugh kind of a thing. It sounds like it's choking, but it like stops and turns in the shallows of this water and goes, "You do not wish for the River King to come, but I'll send another and another and another. Welcome to the Blood Moor." And that's where we'll end it today.
Woo!
Boy, howdy, another wild episode of Goblin Charity and River King shenanigans. Hopefully, Safel won't die. Thankfully, he can't drown because he doesn't breathe. If you don't like to breathe, bad segue. If you like breathing, you should like us on all sorts of podcatchers. Like, review, comment, and save. And subscribe to our YouTube so you can watch me make weird river traversing crawl faces that only Will understands. That's all I have to say. I hope you had a jolly good time, and next episode will be even jollier. Bye-bye.
Bye.